Hey everyone, time for some truck talk. Alright, so you might have heard some of the professional fishing organizations are changing their approach to forward-facing sonar. The MPFL is banning forward-facing sonar altogether for the upcoming season, and BASS is only going to allow it for, I think, 5 of the 9 Elite Series events for their upcoming season. So now that I have forward-facing sonar, I have learned that it is not a magic trick. Just because you can see them live now doesn't mean that you can catch them. I believe the technology does require some skill to be able to use it effectively, right? With that being said, I'd like to give you my opinion, about, or really what I would like to see in the professional tournament world when it comes to technology. So, back in my younger days, I used to be into cars. If you go to a big professional drag racing event, most of the time they're broken up into classes. The cars are organized into classes based on the technology and equipment that they're allowed to use for the race. So for example, like a stock car class may only allow the car to participate if it is a stock body on a stock frame and the drivetrain, being the engine and transmission, was at least a stock available option in the year that it was manufactured, right? I think that would be cool to see in the bass fishing tournament world, right? My first tournament experiences in bass fishing were John boat only tournaments. I think it was put on by some guys that duck hunted, and so they had this idea of having John boat only tournaments, so they could use their boats to do something fun in the spring after duck season was over. So they had to be aluminum boats, and it was a horsepower restriction of 75 horsepower or less. And it was a lot of fun. I thought it was very interesting. And so I think it would be cool to see professional bass fishing, competitions organized into classes like that. I think it'd be cool to see a field of, a bunch of Keith Pochets, jumping beaver dams in their aluminum boats to try to win a tournament. That would be cool. On the opposite end of that, I think that it'd be really cool to see the Jacob Wheelers and Kevin Van Dams, to see what they could do when there are absolutely no restrictions on technology and equipment that can be used on the water. I think there's plenty enough. There would be plenty enough participation. I think it would grow the sport in general, and it would provide a lot of a class or a tournament trails or whatever, broken up into all the different ways that the fans and viewers want to watch it. So if you're not a forward-facing sonar fan, you can follow a trail or a class or however it's broken up, that doesn't allow forward-facing sonar. If you are a forward-facing sonar fan, you can follow that class. I just think it'd be really interesting to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See ya.